Be Good, that is correct, is I wrote as a grown man's lullaby, really for myself, after a kind of a breakup of a not undefined relationship, and yeah, and it's a lullaby for a man, but he's still allowed to be a lion and still express his vulnerabilities in a way, and that's basically how I felt. I still felt strong, but like I had slight injury at the same time. Yeah, I was riding my bike, basically home from after being essentially dumped. Musicians and the people that I've worked with are always, just open to when I'm have a desire to change something or extend something, and the process is really organic. For me at the recording a part of the process. Once we start that, and we may do it 3 different ways in the studio. Not always, but if I get an inspiration, like for instance, painted on canvas, the second time through, I extend the last verse. I extend the bars of the chorus. Step back and admire my view. The band just caught when I did that. I didn't say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. It just happened organically.
In the studio.
Right, and they felt me just kind of soaring at that moment. So they said, let's just stay right here. Let him groove right there and do it again and do it again. So, yeah, sometimes the arrangements come about by improvisation as well. Yeah.
So do you first go to Kamau and he interprets your ideas, you sing him the bass line?
Yeah, instrumentalists, the greatest thing they can do is achieve the sound of the human voice. So why not have it interpret from the human voice? You know what I mean? So, there you go. A piano player or a trumpet player or a saxophone player is really playing when they sing. And not to put one over the other at all, because I still, though my name is on the package, I do feel like I'm, a part of the band as well. So there's no criteria. It's just really how they feel to me. Really, at the moment, it's really organic. It's I'm not so calculating. I'm not that clever. I really just. This is how I feel. This is what I want to express at this moment. I'm not even like, oh, I need a fast song there. Let me write. It's really just like, this is the expression I want to say. So, after the songs are done, then the expression and the feeling of the entire album is then said. Now, I think this last album, Be Good, it's a lot about families, children, mama and daddy, and relationships. It's definitely there's family and love and some protest, neighborhood, but family I think is overall a thing I would say was in this last recording.
So you're making the creative decision.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's
yeah,
wonderful.
Yeah.
So this is really a reflection of just where your heart's at right now.
Yeah. And I think it's a reasonable progression and a further statement of where I was and what I was saying with Water. I think I've said before, you can't put 30 songs on an album. If you could, then a better picture of who you are as an artist would be told, but you can't. It's got to be like 12, 13 tunes.
Which brings me to my next question. Bling.
Bling Bling is it's about I've since I was a child, I always felt like I had not something that's better than anybody else's, but I felt like I had something special. And no matter what the weather or what anybody said to me, or I had something, and it's my song, and that's my bling bling. I am so rich in love and so poor in everything that makes love matter. You know, people seem to think that it's money and you know, material things, but I have my songs.